I was fully enrolled for the fall for a while, and then about 3 weeks ago, families started dropping out.
Juliana Pinto McKean runs the Honeybirds Play School in Bed-Stuy. Thursday night, she needed the support of her fellow daycare operators as they try to figure out how much longer they can survive.
The smaller schools are in danger of closing now, and the schools with a little more are in danger of closing in 4, 5, 6 months.
Except for a handful of locations serving essential workers, daycares in New York City remain closed. Even before the pandemic, the country was millions of seats short for childcare. And according to a recent report by the Center for American Progress, 50% of the existing seats will be lost without major help from the government. Andre Farrell owns the Catmint Learning Center and has already been forced to close 2 of his 3 locations. He's tried to open his doors for the children of his essential workers, but the Department of Health tells him they don't have anyone to send for a site survey, the last step he would need to clear the hurdle. Now he's worried his business won't make it through July.
Been trained, we've done COVID trainings, we've met with professionals, we've submitted our paperwork and safety plans to the Department of Health. So we're ready to go. Parents are ready to come back into school. We've done surveys just as the DOE did.
Daycare operators throughout the city say they're just not getting any guidance from the Department of Health or the mayor's office. And that anxiety is starting to trickle down to nervous parents getting ready to return to work.
Trying to convince them that, yeah, of course we're going to open because my entire life savings went into this. There's no way I'm closing. At this point, closing's not an option for me.
Governor Cuomo announced $65 million in funding for early childhood programs, but $45 million is set aside for expanding classrooms or adding new programs, something that's impossible for city daycares that still aren't allowed to open. The other $20 million is set aside for supplies and materials like partitions and PPE, but some of the grants will reportedly be as little as a few $100.
$300 just isn't worth my time applying.
Washington lawmakers have introduced the Child Care for Economic Recovery Act in the House. The bill would raise federal child care funding from $2.9 billion to $10 billion a year over the next 5 years and deem child care workers essential. But the Senate has seemed content taking a wait-and-see approach when it comes to another round of stimulus funding. Whether it's city, state, or federal help, daycare operators say right now the message is clear.
We need the support of the government.
Otherwise, they likely won't be there when the pandemic is over and all parents are called back to work. Joe Masiri, Pix 11 News.